The year is 2077. Earth, a pale blue marble receding in the viewport, is a world both conquered and left behind. Humanity, emboldened by technological leaps, has cast its gaze upon the stars, the red beacon of Mars a siren call to the adventurous spirit. Within this era of audacious ambition, Dr. Elijah Armstrong, a name synonymous with brilliance and unwavering dedication, stands as a pivotal figure. His journey, however, is not one of simple ascent, but a complex tapestry woven with threads of triumph and the bitter taste of prejudice. Elijah, a man whose very essence seems intertwined with the cosmos, is introduced not in the sterile environment of a laboratory, but under the inky canvas of a star-dusted night sky. His childhood, marked by a relentless pursuit of knowledge and an insatiable curiosity, is a prelude to the challenges that lie ahead. His expertise in astrophysics and astronautical engineering, honed through years of rigorous study, has earned him a place among the elite, poised to push the boundaries of human exploration. But his path, far from a smooth trajectory, is abruptly altered by a decision that reveals the lingering shadows of bias. The sting of this injustice, a blatant denial of his rightful place on a prestigious mission, serves as the catalyst for his transformation. It is a moment that exposes the hypocrisy lurking beneath the veneer of scientific advancement, a reminder that even in the pursuit of progress, old prejudices can still cast their long shadows. This profound disappointment, however, does not break Elijah. Instead, it ignites a fire within him, fueling his determination to make his mark and advocate for a future where opportunity is not dictated by skin color or background. This initial conflict, the denial of a dream due to prejudice, establishes the core tension of the narrative, setting the stage for Elijah's remarkable journey. It is a hook that draws the audience in, prompting them to question the true cost of progress and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The stage is set, not just for a mission to Mars, but for a personal odyssey of triumph over injustice, a story that promises to be as emotionally charged as it is historically significant. The year 2077 is not merely a point in time, it's a culmination of human ambition and technological prowess. Earth, while still a hub of civilization, is now a launchpad for interplanetary endeavors. Space stations orbit the planet like gleaming jewels, and the lunar surface has become a familiar landscape. The global community, though unified in its pursuit of space exploration, is still grappling with the echoes of past prejudices. This duality, the boundless optimism of scientific advancement juxtaposed with the lingering shadows of societal biases, forms the backdrop for our story. Dr. Elijah Armstrong is not just a brilliant astronaut, he is a product of this complex world. His childhood, spent in a modest home under the vast expanse of the night sky, was a crucible that forged his unwavering passion for discovery. His parents, both educators, instilled in him a love for learning and a belief in the power of human potential. He excelled in academics, his mind a sponge soaking up knowledge, but he also faced subtle and overt forms of discrimination that fueled his determination to prove his worth. His journey is a testament to his resilience and the unwavering support of his family. Among the supporting characters, we find Dr. Lena Petrova, a brilliant Russian astrophysicist, whose sharp intellect and pragmatic approach often challenge Elijah's more idealistic views. Their relationship, initially marked by professional rivalry, evolves into a deep respect and mutual understanding, highlighting the power of collaboration across cultural boundaries. Then there's Commander Marcus Thorne, a seasoned astronaut with a more conservative outlook, whose skepticism towards Elijah's advocacy for diversity creates friction, reflecting the societal resistance to change. The initial motivations of these characters are deeply rooted in their backgrounds and experiences. Elijah seeks not just to explore space but to break down the barriers that have limited opportunity for so many. Lena, driven by her scientific curiosity, sees space exploration as a means to expand human knowledge. Marcus, on the other hand, is motivated by a sense of duty and tradition, his perspective shaped by the old guard. These diverse motivations set the stage for the complex relationships and conflicts that will unfold as the story progresses. The world of 2077 is a place of both wonder and challenge, a reflection of humanity's greatest achievements and its lingering imperfections. It is within this environment, with its unique blend of technological marvel and societal complexity, that the characters embark on their extraordinary journey, each driven by their own motivations and desires, their paths intertwined by the grand narrative of space exploration. As the Ares 6 mission hurtles towards Mars, tensions escalate. A coded message intercepted from Earth reveals a conspiracy within the space agency, a deliberate attempt to sabotage the mission, and a hidden agenda tied to the very prejudice Elijah has fought against. Lena discovers discrepancies in the mission's engineering schematics, pointing to a potential catastrophic failure, forcing her to confront Marcus's rigid adherence to protocol. Elijah, grappling with the weight of this betrayal, finds his leadership tested as he must navigate not only the perils of space but also the treachery of those he trusted, a shocking revelation that throws the entire mission into jeopardy. The Ares 6 mission, now well underway, sees Elijah and his crew facing their first major challenges. Elijah's primary goal is not just to reach Mars but to ensure the mission's success reflects the diversity and potential of humanity. His initial obstacle is the coded message revealing the sabotage plot, forcing him to balance his leadership responsibilities with the need to investigate the treachery within his own ranks. This revelation deepens the existing tensions between Elijah and Commander Thorne, whose skepticism towards Elijah's leadership grows as the conspiracy unfolds. Lena's goal is to uncover the truth behind the engineering discrepancies she discovered. Her investigation leads her to a hidden network of communication channels within the spacecraft, revealing a secret group on Earth actively working against the mission. This subplot introduces a sense of paranoia and distrust among the crew, as they realize that their lives are in danger, not just from the perils of space but from deliberate sabotage. The relationship between Lena and Elijah deepens as they share their findings, creating a bond built on mutual trust and shared purpose. The crew's initial training simulations, designed to prepare them for the harsh Martian environment, become a source of conflict as they realize that their training did not account for the possibility of internal sabotage. This leads to a reevaluation of their mission protocols and a growing sense of vulnerability. The team's dynamics shift as they grapple with the knowledge that they are not just facing external challenges but also internal threats. The subplots introduced, such as the sabotage plot and the engineering discrepancies, create a sense of urgency and suspense. These obstacles force the characters to confront their own limitations and prejudices, further developing their individual arcs. The initial goals of reaching Mars and conducting scientific research are now complicated by the need to survive, uncover the conspiracy, and ensure the mission's success despite the treachery they face. The journey to Mars becomes a test of their character, their relationships, and their ability to overcome both external and internal obstacles. The inciting incident arrives not as a dramatic explosion but as a chilling discovery. During a routine systems check, Lena uncovers a hidden override code embedded deep within the spacecraft's navigation system. This code, designed to reroute the Ares 6 away from Mars and towards a dangerous asteroid field, is the undeniable proof of the sabotage plot. The discovery shatters the fragile sense of security the crew had managed to establish and reveals the extent of the conspiracy against them. This revelation forces Elijah to take immediate action. His initial goal of reaching Mars is now overshadowed by the urgent need to protect his crew and expose the conspirators. He must confront the possibility that someone among them is involved, creating a climate of suspicion and distrust. The override code is not just a technical challenge, it's a symbol of the systemic prejudice that has plagued Elijah's career and now threatens the lives of his crew. The crew's initial reactions range from disbelief to anger. Marcus, initially skeptical of Elijah's concerns, is forced to acknowledge the gravity of the situation, though his ingrained distrust of Elijah remains. Lena, driven by her scientific curiosity and her loyalty to the mission, becomes Elijah's most trusted ally, working tirelessly to decode the override and find a solution. The discovery of the code is a catalyst that forces the characters to confront their prejudices and loyalties, setting the stage for a series of dramatic events. The status quo of the mission is irrevocably altered. The crew, once united by a shared goal, is now divided by suspicion and fear. The journey to Mars is no longer just about scientific exploration, it's about survival and the fight against a hidden enemy. The inciting incident propels the story forward, raising the stakes and forcing the characters to make difficult choices that will determine their fate and the future of space exploration. The discovery of the override code sends ripples of paranoia through the Ares 6. The immediate consequence is a shift in the crew's dynamic, with trust eroding as each member questions the loyalty of the others. Elijah, now burdened with the knowledge of a conspiracy, must navigate this treacherous landscape while also trying to maintain the mission's focus. He begins to suspect that the sabotage is not the work of a single individual, but rather a network of conspirators, possibly extending beyond the confines of the spacecraft. Lena, working tirelessly to understand the override code, discovers that it's linked to a specific frequency, one that's being used to transmit encrypted messages from Earth. This discovery leads to a new subplot, the investigation of a shadowy organization known as the Purists, a group that believes space exploration should be reserved for a select few and that diversity is a threat to human progress. This organization, previously unknown to the crew, becomes the new antagonist, revealing a deeper level of prejudice and malice than they had initially anticipated. Commander Thorne, initially resistant to the idea of a conspiracy, is forced to confront his own prejudices and biases. He struggles with the possibility that his own ingrained beliefs might have blinded him to the truth. His internal conflict creates a new dynamic within the crew, as he begins to question his own actions and loyalties. The tension between Thorne and Elijah intensifies as they try to work together, despite their differing perspectives. A new character is introduced, Dr. Anya Sharma, a communications specialist back on Earth, who becomes a crucial ally to Elijah and Lena. She is initially skeptical of their claims but, after uncovering evidence of the conspiracy, becomes a key player in their fight against the Purists. Her expertise in communications and her access to sensitive information prove invaluable as they try to understand the organization's motives and their plans. The challenges faced by the crew are not just technical but also emotional and psychological. The vastness of space, once a symbol of hope and possibility, now feels like a trap, as they realize that they are not just fighting against the unknown but also against a hidden enemy. The rising action intensifies as the crew faces not only external threats but also the internal conflicts that threaten to tear them apart. The tension aboard the Ares 6 intensifies as the crew races against time to decipher the override code. Lena's analysis reveals that the code is not only designed to reroute them but also to trigger a critical system failure, putting their lives in immediate danger. This escalation of the threat forces Elijah to make a difficult decision, to trust his instincts and deviate from the mission's original plan, potentially jeopardizing their chances of reaching Mars. The stakes are raised as they realize they are not just fighting for their mission but for their very survival. The subplot involving the purists deepens as Anya uncovers evidence that the organization has infiltrated key positions within the space agency, making it impossible to trust anyone back on Earth. This revelation isolates the crew even further, forcing them to rely solely on each other. The conspiracy extends beyond the sabotage attempt, revealing a deeply rooted prejudice that threatens the future of space exploration. The characters are faced with a moral dilemma: to expose the conspiracy, even if it means sacrificing their mission and potentially their lives. Commander Thorne's internal conflict reaches a breaking point as he uncovers evidence that one of his closest colleagues back on Earth is a member of the Purists. This betrayal forces him to confront the reality of the organization's influence and his own role in perpetuating its ideologies. His loyalty is tested as he must choose between his old beliefs and his responsibility to the crew. The relationship between Thorne and Elijah becomes even more complex as they struggle to find common ground. As the crew works to counter the sabotage, they face a series of unexpected technical failures, further complicating their situation. These failures, initially thought to be accidental, are revealed to be part of the larger conspiracy, designed to push the crew to their breaking point. The subplots intertwine as the crew realizes that the sabotage, the conspiracy, and the technical failures are all interconnected, creating a web of challenges that they must overcome to survive. The rising action reaches a fever pitch, with the characters facing seemingly insurmountable odds. The Ares 6 faces its most critical challenge as Lena finally manages to decode the override code, discovering that it's set to activate within hours, diverting them directly into the asteroid field. This pivotal moment forces Elijah to make a desperate gamble, a risky maneuver that could either save them or destroy the spacecraft. This decision highlights his leadership and his willingness to take calculated risks for the safety of his crew. The stakes are at their highest, and the tension is palpable as they prepare for the maneuver. Commander Thorne, having fully confronted his past prejudices, undergoes a significant transformation. He publicly denounces the Purists and their ideology, vowing to fight alongside Elijah and the crew. This act of redemption solidifies his character arc, showcasing his growth from a skeptic to a true ally. His newfound loyalty strengthens the crew's unity, proving that even the most ingrained biases can be overcome. The dynamic between Thorne and Elijah shifts from tension to mutual respect and trust. Anya, back on Earth, uncovers the identity of the leader of the Purists, a prominent figure within the space agency who was once a mentor to Elijah. This shocking revelation creates a personal connection to the conspiracy, adding another layer of complexity to the conflict. Elijah is forced to confront the fact that someone he admired and trusted is now his greatest enemy. This betrayal deepens his resolve to fight for what is right. The subplots converge as the crew realizes that the sabotage, the conspiracy, and the identity of the leader are all interconnected, forming a complex web of deceit and prejudice. The technical challenges they face are not just obstacles to overcome but symbols of the larger societal challenges they are fighting against. The rising action culminates in a series of intense moments, setting the stage for the climactic confrontation. The characters have reached a point where their choices will determine not only their fate but the future of space exploration. With the override code deciphered, the crew of Ares 6 prepares for the dangerous maneuver that will prevent them from being diverted into the asteroid field. The atmosphere is thick with tension as they meticulously check every system, knowing that a single mistake could cost them their lives. This preparation is not just technical, it's a moment of reflection for each character, a time to confront their fears and reaffirm their commitment to the mission. The build-up is a slow burn, a careful orchestration of suspense as the characters brace themselves for the impending climax. A minor confrontation occurs between Elijah and Commander Thorne as they discuss the best course of action. Thorne, still grappling with the weight of his past prejudices, suggests a more cautious approach, while Elijah, driven by his unwavering belief in the mission, pushes for a bolder strategy. This conflict highlights their contrasting leadership styles but also underscores their growing mutual respect. Their disagreement is a reminder that even in the face of a common enemy, old habits and beliefs can still create friction. Anya, back on Earth, manages to establish a secure communication channel with the Ares 6, providing them with crucial intelligence about the leader of the Purists. She reveals that he is planning to use the mission's failure as a catalyst to further his agenda of prejudice and division. This information strengthens the crew's resolve, making them realize that they are not just fighting for their own survival but for the future of space exploration. The communication channel is a lifeline, a symbol of hope in their isolated situation. The subplot involving the technical failures is partially resolved as Lena identifies a specific component that has been deliberately tampered with. This discovery allows them to implement a temporary fix, buying them valuable time but also foreshadowing future challenges. The temporary fix is a reminder that their fight is far from over, and they must remain vigilant. The build-up is a series of small victories and minor setbacks, each one contributing to the overall tension and setting the stage for the final confrontation. The characters are poised at the precipice, ready to face whatever lies ahead. The final hours before the critical maneuver are fraught with tension. The crew faces one last technical challenge, a malfunction in the spacecraft's propulsion system, a direct result of the sabotage. This forces Lena and the engineering team to work under immense pressure, their expertise pushed to the limit as they attempt to repair the damage. The malfunction is not just a technical obstacle, it's a metaphor for the systemic challenges they face, a reminder of the insidious nature of the conspiracy against them. Elijah, knowing that the odds are stacked against them, delivers a powerful speech to the crew, reaffirming their commitment to the mission and to each other. His words are not just a call to action but a testament to his unwavering belief in the power of unity and perseverance. He emphasizes that their journey is not just about reaching Mars but about breaking down barriers and creating a more inclusive future for all of humanity. The speech serves as a final rallying cry, uniting the crew in their shared purpose. Commander Thorne, having fully embraced his role as an ally, steps up to take on a crucial task during the maneuver, putting his own life at risk to ensure the safety of the crew. This act of selflessness highlights his character transformation, proving that even the most deeply ingrained prejudices can be overcome. His willingness to sacrifice himself underscores the emotional stakes of the climax. The narrative threads of prejudice, sabotage, and personal redemption are all intertwined, ready to converge in the final confrontation. Anya, still working from Earth, provides the crew with a final piece of intelligence, the precise location of the leader of the Purists, a detail that will be crucial in the aftermath of the maneuver. This information serves as a setup for the climax, ensuring that the crew has all the necessary tools to confront their enemy. The build-up is complete, the characters are in position, and the stage is set for the final, dramatic showdown. The narrative threads are tightly woven, and the tension is at its peak. The climax arrives as the Ares 6 executes the perilous maneuver, narrowly avoiding the asteroid field. The crew works in perfect unison, their actions precise and coordinated, a testament to their training and their newfound unity. Elijah, at the helm, guides the spacecraft with unwavering focus, his leadership tested to its limits. The successful maneuver is not just a technical triumph but a symbolic victory over the forces that sought to destroy them. The main conflict, the sabotage attempt, is resolved, but the fight for justice is far from over. A decisive confrontation takes place as Anya, using the information gathered from Earth, exposes the leader of the Purists, revealing his identity to the world. This revelation triggers a global outcry, forcing the space agency to confront its own systemic prejudices. The subplot involving the conspiracy is resolved as the organization's influence is dismantled, paving the way for a more inclusive future. The thematic closure is clear: prejudice and hatred cannot withstand the power of truth and unity. Commander Thorne, having fully redeemed himself, plays a crucial role in the aftermath, ensuring that the conspirators are brought to justice. His transformation from skeptic to ally is complete, showcasing the power of personal growth and the importance of confronting one's own biases. The character arc of Thorne reaches its culmination, emphasizing the possibility of change and redemption. The subplots converge, all pointing to the central theme of overcoming adversity and prejudice. The crew, having faced death and betrayal, emerges stronger and more united than ever before. Their journey has transformed them, making them not just astronauts but symbols of hope and resilience. The resolution is not just about surviving but about building a better future. The call to action is clear: the fight for equality and inclusion must continue, both in space and on Earth. It is up to all of humanity to learn from the past and create a future where the stars are within reach for everyone. The Ares 6, having overcome the sabotage and averted disaster, successfully reaches Mars. Elijah, stepping onto the Red Planet, becomes a symbol of hope and resilience for the entire world. His journey, from being denied a mission to becoming a pioneer, is a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of fighting against prejudice. The epilogue is not just about a successful mission, it's about the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. The exploration of Mars begins, a new chapter in human history. The characters reflect on their experiences, each transformed by the challenges they faced. Lena, having proven her brilliance and her unwavering loyalty, becomes a leading voice in the scientific community, advocating for diversity and inclusion. Commander Thorne, having confronted his past prejudices, becomes a champion for equality, using his influence to create a more just and equitable space program. Their individual journeys are complete, their character arcs reaching a satisfying conclusion. Anya, from Earth, continues to be a crucial ally, working tirelessly to ensure that the lessons learned from the Ares 6 mission are not forgotten. She becomes a powerful voice for change, reminding the world that the fight for equality is an ongoing process. The future hints at a more inclusive and diverse space program, one where the stars are within reach for all who dare to dream. The moral lesson is clear: progress requires not only scientific advancement but also a commitment to justice and equality. The narrative closes with a call to action, to continue the fight against prejudice and to strive for a future where the limitations of the past no longer define our possibilities. The story of the Ares 6 is not just a historical account, it's a reminder that the journey to the stars is a journey for all of humanity. The final image is not of a lone astronaut on Mars, but of a diverse crew working together, their differences becoming their greatest strengths. The narrative ends memorably, leaving the audience with a sense of hope and inspiration.